going to be exciting because we are heading on to a detached home in Seletar. This is D28. Welcome back to our PRB Ladder Home Tour series. I'm going to show you a detached home that has been invested with $1 million of renovation as well as A&A just a short 3 years ago. This is a massive 8,000 odd square feet built up area sitting on a land plot of 4,422 square feet, 7 bedrooms, 6 bathroom, fantastic natural basement, and in totality 4 stories. The lift should neither lift 535 kilograms of lift load that can fit up to 7 packs, and I really enjoy the speed. I think it's faster than some of the shopping mall lift speed to go up and down. And I'm going to show you and tour this modern Balinese style with a Zen garden right at the front and allow you to park up to 3 or maybe 4 cars depending on the size of a car. So of course, if you're driving 3 huge Alphard, then I think 3 is definitely sufficient. Beautiful road line outside, and we're in one of the most convenient part of Seletar that allows you to walk to Greenwich Mall. Always, we want to start with quick facts, but of course, I know you are very urgent to look at a home. Let's have a 10-second tour on level 1 first. Let's go. Now that you're back, this is the carport zone facing at the front, sliding panel door. Just have a look at the exterior. This is a modern build, detached plot, 12.2 meters at the front, 33.6 meters on the left and right flank. I love the fact that because of detached, you have 2 meters setback on the left and right, and you still have a pool. Can you see the pool a little bit? 8 times 3 meters pool. And I love the 3 palm trees sitting at the backdrop. I also love the setback towards the next house because there's like a huge kind of like distance between this house and the next house. And for the very fact that because our neighbor is a semi-D, there's this high retaining wall over here. This gives you this alley of privacy. And once you come back here, the construct is fantastic. I love the way that the facade has been built. And most importantly, I love this enclave because on my left and right, front and back, it seems to me that this 2-story mixed blended zone over here, in particular, is very unlike other parts of Seletar in terms of this enclave. Now, D28, of course, is huge. And this part here, just by this road, once you walk out and turn left, you will reach Greenwich Mall very, very quickly. And on the left and right side, predominantly semi-D and a lot of detached homes. The detached homes are big as well. This is a 999 years lease plot. Of course, it's 1,000 years old, which in Singapore we'll just define as freehold. This home was constructed in the year 2014. When our owners bought it, they spent about $1 million odd to do A&A renovation and make it almost like brand new. So I'll call this the category 3.5. If this is your first time watching our Landed Home Tour series, we have category 1, 2, 3, 4. This home is only about 10 years old and it falls into 3.5 category because technically once you buy it, you don't have to spend a single cent. At most, just do a repaint. Just have a look at the amount of alarm system that has been built up. There are 14 points of very good connectivity within the home in terms of internet access point. I love this Zen garden over here. Everything is so well planned and well plotted out, including automated system. Now it's calibrated as 2 times a day, 5:30 AM, 5:30 PM. There's automatic sprinkler system to maintain your garden for yourself. Later as we head up, my favorite part will be the roof terrace because at the attic level, there's like a massive gym over there. Meantime, let's walk in, have a look at this home, and then I think you're gonna enjoy so many different parts here. Come on. We're going to tour the living room first. Now, living area, as you can see, firstly, you want to notice in terms of floor materials, marble flooring. A lot of good materials have been used in the construct of this home. Now, especially when you buy landed properties, it's very different compared to like buying apartments and things like that because you want to make sure that in terms of construction, materials have been used, especially for interior, exterior, it is lasting. And when you buy this home, you tick off almost all check boxes because firstly, bedrooms are enough. You have 7 bedrooms. You have basement. You have more than enough bathrooms as well, with a lot of them being ensuite. The lift serves all levels from basement to 1, 2, 3. Level 2 is very well plotted out with 3 massive bedrooms that includes your master room. At the basement area, there's 2 bedrooms over there with a huge, massive family zoning, plus additional kitchen right on the basement for hosting. That links you directly to the pool at the back. I just love the segregation of the floor plan because firstly, living room is pure living entertainment room for hosting. This is a huge rectangular space over here. In terms of brightness, you're getting light from the front, light from the side as well. Entire home is also fitted with high cool fans. They are more lasting, expensive, but very powerful. When you look at surroundings, externally you can park cars on the left and right flank. It's one of the bigger road here, so there's no lines in the middle, no lines at the side as well. So very flexible, but your house can already park about 3 cars already. I love this segregation over here because this sort of creates like a portion to showcase all the antique collections by our owners, and of course that is leading on to the stairway. So stairway is right plotted in the middle. There's also natural brightness coming from that side opening as well into the staircase, so it doesn't look dark. And then once you come in over here, level 1 gives you the first bedroom, which is the granny room. You can use it as a guest room as well. So this room is not en suite, but right across it is already the common bathroom which your guests can utilize also. And then, in terms of being purposefully built, this is your kitchen leading to the dining. So this is a great space that everybody can just come here, gather, and then of course over here if you want to do heavy cooking, it's already well thought out with glass panels as well as sliding, foldable panels, tempered glass that actually you can just pull. Now if you look across the back, this is what I was mentioning at the start, is that the distance to the next home is that it's not like the next landed property is sticking to my backyard, because there's like an access portion from our backyard to the other neighbor's backyard. So basically there's a lot more distance in between these houses over here. I also love the fact that because we feel elevated, the elevation happens because your neighbor's land is slightly lower than your land. You're like on an upslope area that creates like a natural basement, and you can take advantage of it provided that the house is built well, which in this case gives you extra privacy as well. Now the lift is made in Switzerland, great quality, great speed. Smart home capability has been built into this home. In the common area, level 1 basement and outdoor, the lights and blinds can be operated by your phone. So motorized roller blinds has also been installed in the 2 living rooms, the dining area, level 2 bedrooms, and alarm system has been enabled. CCTV can be accessed through your phone as well. Now meantime, I'm gonna head upstairs, but let's take the lift together because I just want to show you how fast this lift is. I also love the fact that in terms of the door opening speed is pretty fast. You can fit in 7 people. Yeah, so take note, a lift is about 100 to 200,000 depending on the brand. But if you buy a home that has no pre-built lift, you need A&A, you need to apply the BCA, you need to do it, you need to open lift landing on every level. And then that can cost up to 350,000. So it's always good to buy a home that has a pre-built lift. It saves you all the trouble. This home, I think the beauty is that you don't have to really spend 1 year to do A&A. You don't have to spend 2 years to rebuild it. It is fit for move-in immediately, and your family, your kids can enjoy it. Time is one of the most important elements. So sometimes I go to housewarming of our clients, and then sometimes they'll tell me, hey Melvin, you know, I spent 2.5 years to rebuild this house, and then by the time I rebuild finish and then we move in, buy all the furniture and everything, it's already 3 years and my kids have already grown up, and then they're always not at home. So it's like there's nobody to really enjoy the space. So I think if your kids are still young, you want to enjoy a lot of space, buy a ready built home like this one. Now, I'm standing at the gym area. This is a legit bedroom, but if you need 8 bedrooms, this is a perfect place for you to seal up. Basically, just need to put in like a partition wall over here. We can glass out here with curtains. This is your door opening, and then this can be a mega huge bedroom that links to the outdoor front balcony. Now, I love the view at the front, carpeted grass over here. And then if you look left and right, houses here are really big, huge plots of land. Once we come back in, currently the gym floor is being padded nicely. So of course, if you want to bring your gym equipment and all that kind of stuff, this is going to be a very suitable space for you to have it as a gym. We come to the bedroom. Now this is an extremely huge bedroom. Currently it's a study area. You have its own ensuite. This portion is used as a prayer room, Of course, this is perfect as a bedroom. This entire level can also be your master room. Basically, you can reconfigure this space to be the resting area, and then this can be like a wardrobe space linking to your ensuite. Alternatively, just continue to use it as your home office zone. And flooring wise, very nicely done, basically with solid wood. I also love the stairway. They are using large one slab piece per stairway landing in terms of steppable area. It's very easy to walk. And then once you come here, we are at level 2. So in total, we're looking at 8,000 odd square feet. Approximately, land is 4,422 square feet. To qualify as a detached, you need to have at least 400 square meters, which is 4,306 square feet. In terms of qualification, detached needs to have minimum of 10 meters width. This is 12.2 meters. The depth is 33.6 meters. It is actually slightly larger than a normal qualified size detached. The beauty is that when you own a detached, the status is very different compared to owning a semi-D or con terrace, and a detached really have the exclusive kind of feel. So this is the master room. Master room faces towards the front. Room size is huge, resting zone. You have the first set of wardrobe area over there. This is the second set of wardrobe area with a little bit like a walk-in kind of concept. And then as you head towards the ensuite, really luxurious feel. Marble flooring throughout with the wall finishing as well. Standing shower and a beautiful bathtub that's sitting right towards the corner. So I think it really feels like a hotel kind of living. Importantly, most of the things that are built in is here to stay. You don't have to really spend additional. 2 bedrooms on the same level. So our room sizes, huge. Just look at this long plot of table, 4 panels wardrobe space, and then our ensuite bathroom, ventilated openings at the back. The mirror image bedroom, similarly, huge, good size. And then in terms of space, I think this is wonderful. So these 2 rooms can be utilized as your kids' bedroom. They come with their own ensuite, and now we're heading over to the basement. Alright, so we are at the natural basement. Before I show you what's included here, I'm going to talk a little bit about landed market first, because the landed market has really moved a lot ever since 2021 until now. I think the important thing to note is that the landed market has been so resilient. In fact, I think in terms of asset type and asset class and the strength of this particular asset, a lot of people are eyeing this particular type of category because of the fact that while you stay in a huge space when you own the land and the structure, compared to owning like a strata space, this is extremely different. Because you own the land, it can be kept for legacy, can be passed on to your kids. You can always tear down and rebuild anytime you want, every 10, every 20, every 30 years. And the beauty is that when you look at landed property, a lot of people traditionally always like to look at the land PSF. That means they will look at the asking price. For example, this detached is asking for $12 million. They will take $12 million divided by 4,422 square feet and come up with the PSF of the land. But it's not as simple as that. When you look at landed properties, we don't just look at the land PSF. We only look at the land PSF when we want to rebuild the land. But when you're buying something with a pre-built house on top, you need to look at how much build-up has been invested into the structure. And we also need to look at the age of the structure, the quality of the structure. We need to look at how old is the house. We need to look at the design, the architecture, the appliances. And that is why PLB came up with this framework that has helped our buyers over the last many years. When you buy category 1 and 2, we look at the land PSF a lot because you're going to spend a lot to tear down and rebuild to A and A. But when we're talking about category 3 and 4, and this is a category 3.5 home, we look at the build-up. Now, the build-up is 8,000 over square feet. So when you take the asking price divided by build-up, it's about 1,400 plus PSF based on the build-up space. And then when that is calibrated, then things start to make a lot more sense. Because for example, if you're paying $2,200 for, let's say, a new launch condo, then when you look at this, it's like 1,400, and this is as good as freehold. Of course, quantum is very different. But what I'm trying to say is that space is always space. And the reason why people love landed property is that they can own huge amount of build-up space and they own the freehold legacy land. Another key thing is to always note that there's only 73,000 odd landed plots in Singapore, and it has never increased in the last 10 over years. And there's no more new landed properties. No government is going to release GLS for landed properties. So basically, you're buying something with a scarcity effect. A lot of people that own landed property have high holding power. They're sitting on a lot of profit and equity. They have very little loan, or their loan is just less than 50%. I realized when I come to landed properties with this type of natural basement, that means this is actually the level 1 of your neighbors at the back. You have this beautiful natural basement. It feels very different. It feels like you're on level 1 again. It's like I come into the house at level 1, and when I come to the basement, it is still level 1. So you get that kind of feeling. And you have that pool. You have this nice Balinese bathtub, alright? So your sun decking. Oh my goodness, look at this. And I just love like this, the trees that are being planted here. So this links upwards towards the car porch area. You can walk up to that part as well. That will link you back to the front gate, your car porch. When your natural basement is designed like this, with an open kitchen concept, a pantry, a breakfast table, it has its own oven, microwave, there's its own induction cooker, and then there's like a living room zone here that you can enjoy. I believe when you buy this detached, you're gonna spend a lot of time here because this feels very comfortable. It doesn't feel moldy. It doesn't feel like it don't have natural brightness coming in. You don't have to worry about ventilation issues and all that in a dark basement. And this has so much benefit. The way that the architect designed this is so intelligent. So firstly, you have bathroom here, and then you have a very good sized bedroom over here that overlooks towards the pool. This is bedroom number 6, and then you have bedroom number 7, which is ensuite. Very good room size. You also have your under stairway storage space. You have your laundry room. You have your home shelter storage space. Washer cum dryer. You have your helper's room inside. This can be closed up as well. Treat it like a services zone. So I think it's not easy to find landed plots with NB, natural basement. Remember this key phrase. And then this home just provides so many different segmentations of space, but at the same time, they feel like all in one. You don't feel like everybody is separated from one another. You just feel that it's very easy to access the entire space. Some of the highlights in terms of the materials that we'll talk about this house. The kitchen top is done with sintered marble and is resistant to cuts, scratches and heat. Swimming pool comes with jacuzzi. They have changed the motto of the swimming pool to saltwater pool, which is healthier for skin and hair, unlike chlorinated water, which can be quite drying and has chemicals. Good size pool, 8 by 3 meters, that really can let your entire family enjoy. Currently, our owner is using a service provider that comes twice a week, $180 per month. Very affordable. And in the evening, the pool has night light plus all the soft warm lights around the pool. It really makes the entire place very cozy for entertainment. When you come back up, when we were looking at the prices over here, I think for Seletar it's very clear cut, D28. Firstly, it depends whether you want to stay in a zone that is too deep into the landed enclave, a zone like here at Kasai area. Not forgetting the fact that, of course, over here at D28, it's very close to D19. Accessibility via the CTE is great. You have 2 points of contact. You can of course head downwards towards the Luxus area, towards Ang Mo Kio, or you can head backwards towards the Yio Chu Kang. You're also very close to Seletar Country Club. You have very famous roti prata at Jalan Kayu, eateries in the evening, supper. They call it the supper club of Seletar. Now, one of the key things is that a lot of people identify D28 as like a private property enclave because only public apartments are basically at the Fernville zone. I think in terms of privacy, in terms of the fact that this is one of the larger landed property enclave, there's a lot of ongoing transactions, be it interterraces, semi-Ds and detached as well. One of the things that we have noticed surrounding us is also for the very fact that a lot of the category 1 homes, they're asking close to about $9 million. Some of them are bigger land plots, some of them are similar land plots, but assuming if you buy an old landed property, detached status, or maybe a semi-D with about the same as us because we're 4422 square feet, if it's at $9 million, you tear down at the ongoing rate of rebuild costing of $400 PSF plus minus, depending on the quality. You want to build something at 8,000 square feet, that's going to set you back by $3 million plus minus. Sometimes you want to buy a slightly bigger land plot at 10 mil, and then you tear down and rebuild, that's going to bring you to 13. Of course, this property is asking for $12 million. The moment you love and like this house, you save time. You come in, you stay, you enjoy, and immediately this home is yours. Alright, so we've come to the end of this home tour. If you want to see more landed properties, head on to our PropertyLimBrothers YouTube channel. There's a landed property playlist. You can have a look at different types of landed properties. My name is Melvin Lim, PropertyLimBrothers. As always, happy to show the place and see you on the next home tour. 4,422 square feet, 7 bedrooms. How many ensuite? 7 bedrooms, majority ensuite. You come in here, very clear cut on the left and right hand side. What are you guys doing? Have a look at this crew over here. Okay, you're at level 2. Or have back at the basement. I just finished the scene here. We're showing you a detached that was just 不是